YouTube family, my junk family, junk entrepreneurs. What up, though? It's Mr. AMG out here on this cold Sunday evening. I'm about to head to the gym. It's been a minute, due to the work schedule, man, and the weather. Sometimes it be difficult, man, getting in here. I need to snap that routine. I like to go to the gym, man, not to get buff. I'm actually trying to lean out, man. As you get older in life, your metabolism might slow down. Which means a lot of the high processed foods out here, a lot of the sugary drinks and refined foods and all of that stuff, man, it do the body no good. And I'm guilty from eating some of that stuff time to time. You feel me? But I do make sure I do a cleanse, a detox, and try to avoid it, as much as possible. The 80-20 rule just in life, and part of that is just being 80% more health conscious, and knowing that, hey, I need to get up and go to the gym, and dedicate at least an hour to doing, some cardio or some strength training or whatnot. Otherwise, man, I wouldn't have the energy to be out here dropping these rentals, making these videos. You feel me? Getting up and even going to work, man, because all of the ho-hos and the ding-dongs and the potato chips would have me like, tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. That's what that food do to you, man. That food had you putting stuff off. You feel me? Because it ain't got no life in it. It ain't got no energy in it, man. So it's like, yeah, I get to it later. Some foods and some things give you that boom, like, yeah, what's up? 20 flights of stairs? Nothing. It's nothing. Hey, shout out to one of my viewers, man, recently, man, who left a comment on a older video about people wasting time. And I just wanted to touch base on that, man, because people will waste your time. And I just wanted to give you, my experiences, man, when it comes to people wasting time. I'm pretty much 8 out of 10 right now with a phone call and understanding if somebody is about to waste my time. If you pay attention and listen very, very closely, you can hear it in their voice. All right, you can hear it in their voice. You get those callers, man, that will call you and pretty much the ones that'll say, let me call my husband or let me call my wife back after you talk to them. For the most part, man, them is like no-goes. They might call you back, There's always possibilities. I've had that happen, but for the most part, when I hear that, I don't put any sauce on that, man. Like, it's just dry. All right, cool. And I don't get upset. I don't let that energy come out in my conversation or through the text. Take your time, discuss it over with your loved one, your spouse, significant other. Once y'all come into an agreement, if y'all still choose to go with AMG, you feel me? By all means, give us a call, shoot us a text message. So yeah, I don't put too much stock into them, man. Time wasters also, you'll get those people who you specifically told not to leave vehicles in the driveway. Make sure that the driveway is accessible. That's one of my key terms I like to use. Make sure the driveway is accessible for delivery and pickup. And for the most part, I have a high success rate with that, but I have encountered, some days, sometimes where it was like, come on, bro, like what are we talking about? And I'm not talking about on days where, a customer couldn't park on the street or something like that. It's just like, and then they'll drag their feet when they come outside. And some customers that have like, a look on their face, sometimes like you're inconveniencing them. And I'm not sure you know, why would anybody look like that? Maybe because they were asleep or in the middle of some boom boom. You know what I mean? By all means, go on and finish that up if that's what you're doing. But you know, you get people that'll come out, and sometimes people come out and it's like, you know, they'll completely just apologize, you know, and take responsibility for you know, not following one of the instructions that you laid out. You know, so you get all type of people, man. Don't jump on people, you know, because they in the driveway and they taking up your time. Now, it depends on how much time. When I first started, man, I was pretty much almost 0 to 100. I'm gonna just be honest, man, because that's just how I am sometimes. You know what I mean? I had to flip the mindset, flip the switch in my mind to, yo, I'm not waiting on a friend to come downstairs. This is a business I'm running, so I can't be, you know, displaying that type of vibe, that type of energy. You know what I mean? Like, that's bad for business right there. So, you know, I had to flip that switch, and internally, you know, I don't know if y'all watch Bad Boys, but when Martin used to be like, woosah, you feel me? I had to go on my inner peace, woosah type, you know, mood and energy, man. I had to just harness that, man, so I don't lose it. You know what I mean? And that's not cool again, man. You're gonna have a bad time, you feel me, if you lose it. You know, you'll get that bad review, and you just don't want to be labeled as the guy who temperamental because of something that only took maybe 10 minutes extra or whatnot. Now, time is money, don't get me wrong, but what you want to do is, especially you want to clarify if somebody do that to you, this is how you handle it. You just talk to them appropriately with respect, you know what I mean, and hopefully everything is cordial going forward. You know what I mean? Preventative maintenance, you can always send a message ahead of time, a day before. You can set it up on automated, you know what I mean, to send out an email to remind the customer. And I found that those emails are actually great. They come in handy, man, because I have got replies back from people, you know, letting me know that thank you for, you know, reminding me or something like that, because they weren't going to be home and they wanted to pass that info down to whoever would be there. So you got to do your part too. Don't just expect the driveway to always be clean, you know, for you. That's what I was thinking when I first started. It don't work like that, you know, and that's just what it is. You'll also get people who will waste your time, man, trying to beat you down off of your price. And I mean this through messaging. I have got this through messaging, through messages. I had somebody before, man, who literally, it was so annoying. Through Facebook, they would message me every month, and it would be completely the same thing over and over. It's almost like, and they are grown, you know what I mean, at least according to the profile picture, they're grown, you know. So I'm not sure if they had amnesia, you know, or any type of thing that could cause some type of issue with, you know, remembering things. But all of the messages are right there, and it was times where I had to screenshot these messages that were previously, you know, that we previously spoke about, just to show them that we had already talked about this. So I'm not sure if something was going on there, or if this was somebody who just wanted to completely waste my time, because they did have me engaged in those conversations quite a few times when it first was happening. And this was over probably like a period of like damn near, I want to say between 6 and 9 months this went on. So this was like a every month type of thing, you know. And I thought it was like, okay, maybe they see the ad and they just keep responding, but they were seeing the same ad and they were responding to the ad. And let me tell you that ads cost money. CPC that costs money. All right. You know what I mean? So to be talking to somebody about nothing, that'll grind your gears. It was grinding my gears, man. It was grinding my gears to a point where on my last message, I sent one and I just told them I'm no longer interested and I'm even trying to do business with them. Sent that message to the archive, spam folder, flagged it. Don't bother me again. Sometimes you'll find yourself in situations like that. Keep a level head, keep it cool. Just when you had enough of it, flag the message, mark it as spam, archive it so you don't even see it. Don't delete it though, because if you delete it, it'll come back in. It'll filter back in because it's a new message. So you want to mark it as flagged or read, spam, archive. Boom, get it out of there. That way, if you need to go back again to show somebody how many times you messaged them or they messaged you, you got proof right there. Again, you'll get people who think the prices have changed within 30 days. This ain't the stock market. Now, I can be like the stock market, which is the great thing about being a business owner. I can set my prices how I feel according to how I feel. But if you think you're going to keep contacting me, and my price going to be one thing today and it's going to be another thing tomorrow, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, because people are looking for desperate people out there. And believe me, I was one of them guys because I had a price when I first started. Nobody would bite on it. Then I found myself contacting them back, or when they contacted me back, lowering my price way lower than I should have, because when I let them get the container, they filled the boy up, and I was hitting some heavy weights around that time, and it was like, man, they got me. They got me, and it happens to the best of us. So when it comes to pricing, man, stay firm in your pricing. Stay firm. I'm flexible with people I have dealt with. I'm flexible with somebody who, when I get them a price and they decide to go ahead and pay with no hassle, depending on how I feel, I may just knock off something. You know what I mean? Just because, they didn't ask me for anything and they're paying for a service the same way I would, but you know what? Let me give a little bit back. So that's my way of giving back, sometimes. I don't always run the discounts and things like that for certain things, but I do try to help and look out for people the best way I can, as long as it's not putting me in any situation, that'll hurt my pockets. Another thing you'll get is you'll get people who call you about, they'll waste your time with telling you about other people's prices. And quite frankly, nobody wants to sit on the phone and hear that. You know what I mean? That's like being in a relationship and somebody else telling you about, who they used to date. You know what I mean? Nobody want to hear that. Nobody got time for that. But let me tell you something. In the beginning, if you knew and you just now vibing with me and tapping in with this channel, and you find yourself in a situation like that, don't hang up on them. Don't get mad. Listen to them, because they giving you valuable information. They dropping diamonds on you. All right? They letting you know what the competition prices are out there. You know what I mean? Now, it's up to you to hang up and go fact check them, but at least you got a generalization of what the competitors are charging. And it's not probably just the bigger competitors. There's probably someone in your neighborhood or neck of the woods, man, that isn't that big of a competitor, and they're letting you know what their prices are too. So keep your ears to the streets and listen to what the streets is telling you. You know what I mean? Don't get frustrated. I used to get frustrated at one point because, somebody telling me what somebody else is offering, and in my mind it's like, well, then why you calling me? Go take your business elsewhere. But hey, that's a door opening for me. I look at that as an opportunity now, because you're letting me know, one, what somebody else is charging, somebody who ain't even on my radar. All right. And two, hey, maybe I can beat that price because I want the business. You know what I mean? So let me turn this light on. So yeah, it's valuable information. Don't get mad, don't get upset. Listen to that information. All right. Other time wasters will be the people who will tell you that, hey, let me get a discount on this container, and I got many more jobs that I'm gonna be calling you for. My advice, stick to your price. All right, stick to your price, because those are like the number one people, man, who, them the ones I consider hitting licks. All right, them the ones that shake and bake. You feel me? One hit wonders. They David Blaine's. All right, you get it? You won't see them guys again. You won't see them again, man. All right, they just trying to pull one to save some money. They middleman in something. You know how it go, man. When you middleman in something and somebody gave you specifically enough to cover something, and you it's just in most people's nature to try to keep a couple bucks to themselves. You know what I mean? So don't fall for that. I got 5 or 10 properties, bro. We gonna be calling you. Nah, don't get me wrong. I have met and I'm dealing with some people now that said the same thing, but you know what? They didn't ask for a discount. They didn't ask. That was the number one thing that separated them from the other people. You know, they never asked for a discount. And lo and behold, you know, they became repeat customers. You feel me? So, you know, never judge a book by its cover. You got to keep your ears open and pay attention and listen to listen to what the streets, listen to what the customer, however you want to put it, listen to what's being presented to you. You know what I'm saying? And then you make your move accordingly from there. Before I go, I'm trying to think if I got another time waster. Another time waster. Yeah, another time waster. You will encounter somebody who will pay full price for your container. And let's just say you offer a special, which I do. I offer a special for 1 day. But I have had a customer book a 3-day rental. They finished it in 1 day. And they asked, could they be charged 1-day prices? Now, in my book, that's a no-go. That's a no-no, because it's a bittersweet thing. 1, because I'm getting my container back quicker. But 2, it's bitter. That's the sweet part. It's bitter because I put off another customer, more than likely. So I told another customer that they couldn't get that container for 2 extra days later, and maybe that customer disappeared and was like, nah, I need a container by this day. And I would have had one had I had known a person would have been finished in 1 day. So I lost money there. So now they're asking for a discount. You know, and on the other side, hey, I could have somebody who decided to wait. Hey, I'll wait till, let's just say I got one returning expectedly on Wednesday. I'll wait till Wednesday, but it's due on Monday. Cool beans. I can get them a container earlier. But let me just tell you how this kind of messes up too, because, hey, on the flip side for them, great, I got a container early, but also not so great because my crew, the guys who I have coming to help me, all right, won't be here until that day. Okay, so now I'm sitting with a container for an extra day or two, and maybe another rental will come into play. Now I got to try to sell a 1-day rental to someone. It just throws the schedule off for me, man. But that one time that happened, all right, I did go ahead and honor it. And all I wanted was a review for honoring that. Didn't get a review. And it was a heavy load, and it was maybe about 25 miles out. So my max. All right. So I didn't get anything from that, to be honest. You know what I mean? I didn't really get anything from that. So watch out for that right there. If somebody say they paying for a 1-day rental, 1-day rental. All right. If they paying for a 3-5-day rental, 10-day rental, and they finish with it in 1 day, hey, If you feel like giving them a discount, go ahead. But don't feel obligated to do it, because the bigger competitors aren't doing the same thing. When you pay, let's just say, Global Dumpster Rental, all right, when they bring a container, you paying for 10 days flat rate. They don't care if you finish with it in 1 day, 6 hours or not. All right, you pay whatever you paid for that container, and they'll get to that container when they get to that container. All right, horror stories coming soon. All right, about people not picking up their containers on time. All right, but I try to let customers know that out the gate. This come into play with why my prices are how they are, and the X, Y, and Z, and just knowing what lane I'm in, having as much info about what lane I'm in as possible, man. So this video was a little longer than expected. I appreciate y'all if y'all stay with the video all the way to the end. If you're new and you just now, checking out my channel, man, I want to say what up, though. All right, go check out some of my other videos. I'm pretty sure I got some information in there that will definitely help you out. If I am lacking in any area when it comes to information, or if it's anything that you would like to know specifically and I have an answer for it, definitely drop a comment. I'll try to give you as much insight as possible on that. You know what I mean? And pretty much that's it. The recap, I'm gonna make another video, man, and let y'all know how everything went with the dump, man. My previous video was basically about my dump trailer, man, and how excited I was, man, and I didn't get a chance to tell y'all how I felt and everything was with it. But I'm gonna do a recap on that, man, and I'll put that video up too. I ain't want to cram too much in one video. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all know, man, if it's any pros and cons to having a dump trailer, versus hand unloading, and will I not be purchasing more pull-off style dumpsters, or will I be purchasing more dump trailers like the one I have, or will I get into the mini roll-off bin game at some point? All right, y'all stay with me, man. Y'all stay with me, because I got a lot of things, man, that I'm trying to conjure up. I'm trying to manifest, you feel me? So I'm gonna need y'all input, y'all insight. Y'all help me out to help me get to where I'm at right now, man. You feel me? So without y'all watching and dropping comments and giving me some motivation and some sauce back, it wouldn't even really be no AMG, man, as far as here on this channel, and then probably wouldn't even be no AMG going forward, because I was lacking guidance in some areas too, man, and y'all helped the brother out. Check y'all out later. Peace.